Good day, podcast community. I'm Podcast Pete, and I'm bringing you a strategy of leveling up your peer group. Now, what does leveling up your peer group have to do with networking matters? Well, we all intentionally network, but we're always not really sometimes getting that effectiveness in how we network. And I want to give you a strategy that actually Brendan Bouchard taught this in Growth Day. So here it is, level up your peer group. So what does this mean? So you're looking at the circles. You have yourself, just you have Podcast Pete in the middle, but just put family, close friends, clients, co-workers, and industry leaders. Now, what does this mean? So you look at the circle of people that you want to reach out to be able to develop a more intimate relationship with, because your attitude and the way you approach this is to serve by calling people. What do we resort to? Texting and email. What is not really discussed and talked about because we're busy being busy, is how do we take a more approach to being more personable, serving people. So you look at this, and the questions on here are just a framework to be able to use when you make phone calls. So first, you can start out with your family, and you're talking to them. What do they need? You're asking them to serve them. You're calling them. What do you need? What do you, who would you like me to introduce? Now, that may not be family, but what you're doing is serving them. What do you love to do? You're conversing with them. You're bringing value to people. And if you do this intentionally through phone calls, even if you're leaving a voice message, you're doing it with a servant's heart. That deepens a relationship. So move away from texting and emailing, which is fine. You can do that, but don't do it as your primary source to make contact with people. Look, we came out of COVID, separated, the social disconnect was there. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back intentionally. So you might start off with some family members, then you might go to some close friends. That way, you're constantly serving people. People love to be served. And if you're intentional about what do they need, or let's say you're calling a close friend, who would they love to meet? Who would they love to meet? And when you look at that, you're basically going to be doing this. Let me try and let me see. I think I can. Okay. Look at this area. The second slide, you have, these are the 10 areas that basically oops, darn it. Let me go back. I thought I could hit something and I didn't. Okay. There we go. Oh, no, hold on here. Bear with me. I hit the wrong button. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, geez. Okay, hold on here. Where is, there it is right there. Uh-oh, what happened there? Something happened. Man, I just got bigger here. Oh, where do I share present? Let me see. Share screen. Okay. Let me see. No, I can't do that. Dang, hold on here. I got to figure this out. I don't know why it was working when okay, there it is, slides. Okay, your slides. Okay, maybe I had to do this, present. Okay, hold on, slides. Okay, now, okay, okay. Dang, where it went away? Doggone it. I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry about that. Now, let me see. I got to figure this out because I'm presenting, but why? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Okay. Didn't look down. So you have these 10 areas. Happiness, rate 1 to 10. Because what you're trying to do is level up your peers. So if this person is a 10, great, you want to hang out with them. But you always look at the 10. Now, this is a little bit more advanced, but if you start off with a couple, healthier. And these healthy friends I hang out with are these worldly friends, because you always want to rate them 1 to 10. This gives you a more well-rounded group of friends. The worst thing you can do is only hang out with people who are like you. That's boring. So worldly friends might bring different perspectives to you. People that empower you. Do they empower you? Are they the ones that lift you up? Faithful. Are these faithful friends? Fulfilled. Do they fill your heart? Do they bring a different skill to you? Will they enrich your relationship? This one, connected. Now, you don't always have to look at that, but if you're going to be developing, because the 5 people that you associate the most with are going to be who you are. So you have to be aware of who you hang around with. If you hang around broke people, chances are you're going to be broke. If you hang around people that lift you up, that's going to be a good thing. If you hang around people that can connect you up with other people, introduce you to other people, that's a good thing. So galvanize, that's a little different. You can look that up. I don't even know what it means, but Brendan was covering this. So rate these from 1 to 10. And so your friend group, you're leveling up. You're always looking to have better friends. Now, you have growth friends, you have maintenance friends, and you have old friends. Now, does it mean you cut off people and never talk to them? No. But if somebody's always complaining, always pulling you down, that's when you have to set the boundaries, and maybe you're not talking to them every day. Whatever it is, you have to make the decision. You have to decide the type of friends you want. And if you're not doing this intentionally, and let me see if I can go back to if you're not looking at this circle here, you got your family, you got your close friends, you got your clients, you got your coworkers, and you got industry leaders. Let's go to the outer circle. Why would you be interested in industry leaders? Well, do you want to become a better expert? Do you want people in your industry? Yeah, if you do, then you look at that as reaching out. Call people, talk to people. And if they're not available, leave them a message, but leave them a servant message. Leave them a message that's like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you, Joe. Just wanted to see, is there somebody I can introduce you to? Want to see how your week's going? Anything I can be aware of how I can serve you? Do that and you'll stand out, because most people stay busy doing busy. What is it? The average person watches 4 hours of TV a day. 4. 4 times 7 is 28. That's over 100 hours a month times 12. That's probably closer to 1,300 hours a year. What could you do with 1,300 hours? I guarantee you can do a lot more than just passively watch things. Now, I think the number is 2 to 3 hours. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but it's a lot on social media. I know over the last couple of years, I probably spent a total of an hour. I mean, not much. I don't even go on social media. Now, you can still use it, but you got to set boundaries. And then one person I know, because that was her default, She removed it from her phone. Is that because it's easy? We're going to do it. But if it's harder, we're not. It's kind of the same thing. If you look in your cabinet and you got all your snacks in there and you can just walk over there and grab a candy bar or whatever it is, you're going to do it. But if you don't put it in the house and you make it harder for you to engage in that maybe unhealthy habit, you won't do it. So make it difficult to do things. If you are such a person, like I don't have TV. I mean, I have a TV, but I don't subscribe to TV. I really miss the US Open. Miss the US Open. I tried to get it downstairs. Didn't work out. Miss the Olympics because of the distraction. Now, that's a whole different story. But what I'm saying is, if there's something that is a bad habit, like watching that much TV, just vegging out, it's okay to have some entertainment. I'm not saying you don't have to have TV. What I'm saying, 4 hours is a lot of consumption. When you look at 4, and that works out to be 1,300 hours a year, what could you do with those 1,300 hours? Could you invest it in people like we're doing right here? Could you intentionally reach out to people, build those relationships, serve people, be intentional about how you level up your peer group? That's what makes a difference. If you haven't talked to somebody in a couple of years, how do you expect to have a relationship with them? Relationship is investing in people. Now, because we're looking at it from these categories, happiness, healthier, worldly, empowered, faithful, fulfilled, skilled, enriched, connected, and galvanized, we're actually looking at the areas that we feel are important in a relationship. If somebody is not happy and they're always complaining, do you really want to spend all the time with them that are going to drag you down? Of course not. If you want to look at like skills, we're all part of developing more skills. So you want to hang out with somebody who's going to challenge you to learn a new skill. Say you didn't like public speaking and you want to learn how to public speak. Hang around people, invest in people that are good at public speaking. You're liable to get better. So let's go back to our first slide. So these are just some questions. What do you love to do? Ask people. You meet people. Hey, what do you love to do? What do you love the most? You'll get people, whoa, nobody asks these questions. So when you meet somebody, you can be an introvert. You don't have to be an extrovert, but be intentional about asking questions of service. And that helps deepen your relationship. And when you're leveling up your peer group by being intentional about how you reach out, let's just say the average person, again, is 4 hours of TV. Take that 1,300 hours a year and invest it in people, your peer group, the people that influence you. So next year, this time, if you've invested in people that are going to give you these areas, rating them from 1 to 10, gives you an intentional nature. People might say, wow, that's kind of rigid. Well, it might be. But if you're going to perform at a higher level of your peer group and level up, you have to do things differently. By doing things differently and actually measuring things. Because if you're not measuring your progress, distractions will take you off. You'll do anything. Focus, being intentional, and taking your group right here. Look at this. Coworkers. Invest in your coworkers by asking those questions. What do you need? Okay. Ask them. If you don't ask, you can't read their mind. So, what do you love to do? Hey, find out what people love to do. You never know where it's going to go. By being intentional and asking servant type questions, you develop this, you level up your peer group and you start expanding your influence. And by expanding and serving people, you're going to get better. People are going to appreciate it. They're going to want to hang out with you because you are serving not yourself, but others. So to finalize this, here it is. Here's the 10 questions. If you have any questions, I'm going to put my number up here, call, or go to petekane.me, be a guest on my podcast. You have a story? Do you want to share your story with our community? Be a guest. petekane.me. You see there, you click on the link, gives you some options, book a time, be a guest. Last 20, 25 minutes, and it's just your story. Everybody has a story. Many people have lots of stories, but it's just a story about our community, how our community can help you. And we just love telling stories. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, call me. If you want to know more, because if you know more, let me see if I can get this back up here. Growth Day is absolutely the best out there, and I do not have a slide for it. Level up, certified, bump, bump. No, I don't. But growthday.com, you can see it on petekane.me/growth day. That way you can try it for 14 days and have a personal message from Brendan Bouchard, who is the best and most talented coach in the world. And Growth Day has probably now 400,000 people worldwide, 90 some countries. So you want to get better at your work, you want to get better at your career, you got to invest in yourself. And Growth Day is the best community out there on the planet. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening. Share this with somebody that you think can benefit from knowing about leveling up. Let me go back to, let me see if I can go back to, no, I don't know if I can. That's what I did before. Oh, yeah, here it is. I'm not even looking. So go level up your peer group. My name is Pete Kane. Go to petekane.me if you want to be a guest on the podcast. If you want to see more about Growth Day, just put /Growth Day. And we do monthly events every Saturday, once a month at Grace Church right by the mall. So meet some other podcasters, meet people, and create relationships, build relationships. Thank you so much. My name is Pete Kane, and I appreciate you listening, and thanks for sharing this with people you think could benefit.